What's up, everybody? Back today with another review, and today it's going to be Dark House, which is Victor Salva's newest film. I don't want to talk too much about Victor Salva, but he did do the films Powder, Jeepers Creepers 1 and 2, and a really strange film called Peaceful Warrior, which is like a motivational novel kind of turned into a movie. I like the movie, though, and, I don't want to go too much into Victor Salva. I'm sure you know his history. He was convicted of some sort of sex crime against a minor, and he spent a year in prison. I guess he copped to it, whatever. He did his time. He got out. He wound up making all these movies. I can't imagine it was easy for him, and I don't think it should have been easy for him. But he's managed to hang around and deliver some somewhat decent movies. I mean, I like Jeepers Creepers 1 and 2. And that leads us to Dark House, because Dark House is really basically the same quality as a Jeepers Creepers film. Probably not as memorable of a bad guy, I would say. But the film opens up. We're introduced to the main character. He's a 23-year-old male. He goes to visit his mom in the insane asylum. And we quickly find out he has this ability when he touches you. He can see if you're going to have a horrible death, which comes in kind of cool later in the film. We get hints at how certain characters are going to die, and then as the film goes on, we actually see them die. Because midway through the film, it kind of turns into a slasher. But before that, he finds out after his mom dies that he inherited a house, and he's never known his father. And his father's some mystery man. So he goes to the house to find answers about his father and this strange power that he has. And when he gets to the house, that's when Tobin Bell shows up. And Tobin Bell has this really cheesy freaking haircut in this movie. But it adds a certain sort of thing to the movie. It's just fun to watch Tobin Bell cheese it up, basically, in this stupid role that he's in. Basically a stupid role, but he adds some star power to it. And what happens is once the kid gets to the house, it basically becomes a fight between good and evil, and there's something in the house, and there's this whole ritual that needs to happen, and one side's pushing the kid towards it, the other side's trying to keep him away from it, and Tobin Bell's in there. Yeah, basically. There's a few, it's like that Jeepers Creepers type of quality of violence. You got some creepy guys with long hair you can see from the poster, and they're throwing hatchets around, killing people, and they're all wearing these dingy overcoats, and part of it's in the woods, and of course the house is all broke down. And the kid, he looks just like Bam Margera, actually. That's one of the things I can watch, because he was wearing like a flannel jacket and like those cut-off gloves, and he kind of had the long hair and the scraggly beard, and I was like, this kid just looks like Bam Margera. Yeah, all the plot twists in this you should see coming a mile away. Some of the stuff is kind of sketchy. They just tried to put so much into the movie. I mean, you have the kid who sees visions, you have good and evil, you have all this other stuff. I mean, I don't want to spoil it too much for you, but there's kind of a lot going on in this movie. And I actually watched the film once in its entirety, and then the second night I kind of went through the parts of the story just to make sure I knew what the story was, because the ending of this movie was freaking bad. I watched the ending twice, and I was just like, that's how they're going to end this? They had such promise, and like I said, they're kind of leading up to the whole Prince of Darkness thing, if you're familiar with the John Carpenter film. And I just really was like kind of, oh, this could save it, this could save it. And that ending just knocked it down at least a half a point in my eyes. At first I was like, I'd probably give Jeepers Creepers style film, a 3.5, because they're entertaining. And that's how this was. It was a lot going on. It wasn't perfect. It was, they had the Tobin Bell cheesiness, and believe me, a few other bad characters in here, mediocre acting. But the story was kind of interesting. But that ending just knocked it down a point. So I'm going to wind up giving Dark House a 2.5 out of 5. And I know some people, that's not really a recommendation for me. At least the 3 is a recommendation. But a lot of people are going to like this movie just for what it is, because it's entertaining if you like Tobin Bell. And it's, Victor Salva. It's not that bad of a movie. It's just not that good of a movie, to tell you the truth. It could have been a little better, and it had promise. The beginning, I was kind of like, oh, this is going to be pretty good. But then by the time it played out completely, I was like, oh, what a convoluted sort of mess. And that ending just sucked. So guys, that's it. 2.5. If you've seen Dark House, let me know down below. And if you're familiar with Victor Salva's other work, let me know down below. Should he even be making movies, in your opinion, or should he be like blacklisted? I'm kind of one to believe, if you believe in the system and he did his time, you kind of have to believe he is reformed. And he's, from what I read, he sounds like he's kind of reformed. I probably wouldn't trust my kids with him, but that's just being honest. Sorry, Victor, if you see this. All right, let me know what you thought of Dark House down below, and if I offended anybody, I'm sorry. Bye.